All right, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. I wanted to make a follow up to a video I posted yesterday in regard to Steven Crowder coming out and slamming an unnamed conservative media organization for what he described as a very onerous contract offer that he received. So we now know that the contract offer he received was indeed from the Daily Wire. Now, how do we know this? Well, the CEO of the Daily Wire posted a video this evening, not only saying that it was from the Daily Wire, but also defending the contract and saying that it was very fair, and that there was really nothing, I guess, nefarious or bad-willed in their contract. So very interesting. So the CEO of the Daily Wire, Jeremy Boring, posted this video. I'm going to play about the first minute of it, and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
All right. Our friend Steven Crowder has launched a new initiative called Stop Big Con. And in the video announcing the launch of the project, he talked about leaving the blaze and all the different offers that he fielded from other conservative organizations and what he thought were the real problems with those offers. And that's led a lot of people to speculate about whether or not the Daily Wire is one of the people who made him an offer. In particular, are we the ones who made the offer that he put up on the screen and talked about at length? And the answer is yes, that offer did come from the Daily Wire. I'm not trying to hide that fact. I'm not ashamed of that fact. In fact, I think it's a very good offer. But I think there's a lot of sort of misconceptions about the nature of the offer, the nature of the points. I think Stephen misunderstood a lot of the points. And so the way we do here at the Daily Wire, we're just going to be incredibly transparent. You know that we like to have our members be a part of the journey. We live stream all of our company town halls, for example. We just find that sunlight sometimes is the best disinfectant. And so with that in mind, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we came to be in conversations with Stephen, how those conversations ended, and walk you just line by line through what the actual document that we sent over to him, a non-binding term sheet, what it actually said and why.
Okay, so that's how Jeremy Boring starts his video here. It's 52 minutes long. I watched the whole thing. It was very interesting. It was very enlightening to sort of get another perspective on what Steven Crowder talked about in his video and his feelings towards that. Jeremy Boring, goes on to say that they offered Steven Crowder a $50 million contract for 4 years. So Steven Crowder would be making $12.5 million a year for the next 4 years to be part of the Daily Wire. So that seems like a very fair offer. I mean, we don't know what he's making with the or was making with the Blaze, or what other potential offers that he received. But that does seem like a certainly a large sum of money for somebody who's largely been an independent content creator. But an interesting note is that Jeremy Boring points out that Steven Crowder, while his content is independent, but that he's always been an employee. He points out that he worked for I think it was PJ Media, and then he worked for CRTV, and then that eventually became the Blaze. But that he's always gotten a paycheck from somebody. Now, nothing wrong with that, but he's basically saying that Steven Crowder doesn't fully understand the business side of things. So while he's a very good commentator, he's a very good comedian, and he's very good at what he does, he doesn't quite have a full grasp of the back end of things, the business side, the sort of how the sausage is made, behind the scenes to sort of make everything work. So he's never really had to worry about that because he's always gotten a check from somebody else, and he's never had to, make sure the lights stayed on, so to speak. So yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think that's a fair point. So I guess at this point, the ball's in Steven Crowder's court. We'll see how he responds. I'm sure he has to respond at this point. But let me know what you all think. Do you think a 4 year $50 million contract is fair? Do you think Steven Crowder is worth more than that? Maybe. So I'll post a link to Jeremy Boring's video here. I'm very curious to hear what you all think. If obviously if you're watching this video, this is something you're interested in. We don't often get this level of transparency from these sort of things. So it's very fascinating to sort of watch this play out. So again, let me know what you all think, and as always, we'll see you on the next one.